Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the WWL Louisiana News at 4. I'm Devin Bartolotta. Here are today's top headlines. Many of you likely got an alert this morning as police search for a missing nonverbal teen. The good news, he has been found safe, and the suspect, Tommy Mango, was taken into custody this morning and is now charged with simple kidnapping and unauthorized use of a vehicle. Police say 17-year-old Trenton Reeves was taken from his home last night by his caregiver's son, now identified as Mango, and he's now being evaluated. This was also one of the first times that a Bryan's call was used. It was named after Bryan Vasquez, who died last summer, as a way to help get alerts out quicker for missing vulnerable people who may not qualify for an Amber Alert. Well, there's new information tonight about one of the suspects in a 2024 mass shooting at a nightclub. A judge has set Michael Clavo's bond at over $1 million. He's one of 5 people who were arrested this week in connection to a shooting at Republic NOLA. One woman was killed in that instance. 11 others were injured. Clavo, along with Dandrick Green and Bryan Webb, are charged with second-degree murder and battery. Corey Patton and Jeremy Williams are booked on conspiracy charges. St. Tammany Parish leaders are urging voters to renew a tax that funds the sheriff's office. The campaign is having to carefully navigate the new controversy surrounding the sheriff himself. St. Tammany Parish Sheriff Randy Smith was recently arrested for allegedly assaulting a longtime critic of his at a restaurant. Yesterday, the sheriff's office posted this video with different parish and law enforcement leaders endorsing that tax renewal. The tax has been in place since 1978, and it raises about $13 million a year for deputy salary and benefits. Notably, Sheriff Smith was not in this video. The election is June 27th. Mayor Helena Moreno is blaming the Sewage and Water Board for construction delays in the French Quarter. In the roughly 9 months since that project began, 3 businesses have closed on Decatur Street, and others have reported massive losses in business. We reached out to the utility for comment. So far, have not heard back. At the same press conference where Moreno made those remarks, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser moved some responsibility away from the board, saying issues like high water levels had also caused delays. The latest updates say the project would be complete between the summer and fall of this year. It's been more than 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, but blighted buildings remind us every day of that storm. One of the largest eyesores is the Lindy Boggs Medical Center. Throughout the years, multiple plans have been brought forward to renovate that site, but so far none have been completed. Now, however, there might finally be some change on the horizon. Alyssa Curtis has been looking into what's planned and what it might mean for the future of the neighborhood. Alyssa, this has been a problem for so long. What might be coming?
Yeah, well, today Mayor Moreno and her administration said that demolition is expected to begin in July. Like Devin said, long awaited 20 years after Hurricane Katrina essentially left this building abandoned. It's been years that this building and administrations have been trying to get plans into place. They fall apart, new plans come. So Mayor Moreno is very excited for this to begin. She was hoping demolition would begin within her first 100 days of her administration. So they are a little bit behind, but still, she says she's very happy to finally get to this point. They are planning a massive project for that area, a storm drain and drainage for kind of the basement area, the first level of that building, then a mixed-use building. They're looking at retail space, maybe affordable housing. So a lot of plans coming, and restaurants in the neighborhood are happy that this is finally underway.
Do we know what makes this one more promising than others before it, and how close are we to really seeing some change?
Truly, we don't have all the answers yet. So we're really looking at that July date that they haven't necessarily said, but they said July, just texted the mayor's office and said, hey, we want to be there when the bulldozers hit that building. So we are hopeful, and the administration seems to be hopeful that this is finally, going to come to fruition. They said there's contracts in place, there's agreements in place, so maybe a little bit further along than some other plans that we've seen. So we will see, though. We're going to be keeping an eye on that building and, all throughout July to see when exactly those bulldozers hit. And then I think we can all kind of take a sigh of relief.
Yes, I think so. All right, that's some hopeful news. Yes. All right, and your full story is when tonight?
Coming up at 6.
At 6 o'clock. All right, Alyssa, thank you so much.
Thank you, Devin.
And you can always find the latest updates on this story and all of today's headlines on our website, our social media, and our free app for your phone or TV. After 4 years of waiting, the day has finally come for soccer fans around the globe. The 2026 FIFA World Cup has kicked off in North America with the inaugural match held in Mexico City. Ivan Rodriguez is there and joins us now with more on the buzz around the city as these matches begin. Ivan.
The atmosphere was electric as fans made their way inside of Mexico City Stadium for the first game of the FIFA World Cup. This match now kicks off a summer filled with football. It's game on for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
It's going to be an incredible month. We're going to see such high-level soccer.
Part of what makes a World Cup special also comes down to the human connection.
So many different types of people from so many different walks of life.
David Stoddard from the U.S. and Tontai Tron from Germany met only hours ago, but have one thing in common: love for the game.
I'm hella hyped for this World Cup.
German, but with the Mexico jersey.
Of course. I mean, right, like, I just bought it like 20 minutes ago.
And at a local sports bar, a group of Irish friends originally booked a trip to Mexico City with the hope of seeing their national team in action. Even though Ireland didn't qualify, they didn't want to miss living the experience.
It's the most watched tournament on the planet, so I suppose we all love football, we all watch it every weekend, but it's the club tournaments are on, so it only happens once every 4 years, why not?
In Mexico, they all breed football, they love football.
Football or soccer matches, while already underway in Mexico, kick off in the United States on Friday.
So now it's the World Cup in home soil. I'm just looking forward to the competition. Some of the games in the opening round are incredible.
After witnessing an amazing opening ceremony here, we're lucky enough that we get 2 more opening ceremonies tomorrow before Team Canada's game and then Team USA. In Mexico City, I'm Ivan Rodriguez, WWL Louisiana.
Pretty exciting stuff. Looking ahead now, if you live in Kenner and you have an expired brake tag, you might not have to get it renewed. Tonight, the City Council will consider an ordinance to get rid of the brake tag requirement. This comes after a new law eliminated requirements statewide. However, that new law does not apply to local brake tag programs like the one in Kenner. This ordinance would bring them in line with the rest of the state. Tonight's meeting starts at 5:30. Tomorrow morning, the new Uptown Trader Joe's will open. Earlier this week, Councilmember Leslie Harris posted this sneak peek to social media. The new location is at Napoleon and Ferret, and tomorrow's grand opening will feature live music, free samples, and a bag giveaway. This is the second location to open in New Orleans in the last year. Another store is also in the works in Mandeville. No date opening for that opening has been set yet, though. Tomorrow night, Lantern Light Ministry will hold its annual gala. The organization works to provide support to unhoused and underprivileged people across the area. Marching forward is the group's 7th annual gala, and it will be a night of dining and dancing, plus a silent auction, fun prizes, and more. That's at the Alexander Room and Terrace in Metairie from 6 till 9 tomorrow night. General admission is $100. Still to come on the WWL Louisiana News at 4, Whitney Plantation is getting ready to commemorate Juneteenth this weekend with its 4th annual Freedom Festival featuring speakers and musicians. What you can expect held at the festival held on sacred ground. And later, multiple recalls have been issued overnight. We'll have details on what you need to know.
And we are watching that disturbance in the Gulf that will bring us a bit more tropical moisture next week. We may actually see some heavy rain for the new work week ahead. All the details about what you can expect with that coming up in your full forecast after this.